So, like most things in life, it's always the dispatcher's fault. And I say that because I really should have looked at this train before I bought it. Boron does not accept acid tanks. I believe these were tagged wrong. I didn't tag them. I didn't build this train. It was there. It was tagged L-CAL0611. The stuff was tagged boron. I didn't really think much of it. But if I pull up boron don't take no tanks. Well, it takes acid tanks. But they like ain't blocked right. For one. For the other, if I pull up the local, there were some acid tanks down there, but it wasn't even showing up in the switch list. Like there were no acid cars showing up, so I deleted them. So I said in the last video I was going to figure out how to do this. I'm not going to do the whole switching deal, like taking these down and putting them on the separate tracks. It's just going to take too long because these cars didn't get blocked right. Because I'd have to sit here and do all this mess. So what I'm going to do is I actually found out that there are some cars over here. These ones that are marked NOM. These have to go to North American Chemical, which is right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut those cars off. I'm going to get Auto to give me authority for these two blocks. I'm going to pull the train forward. I'm going to shove it down here into the siding. Well, I got to pull it forward. I have to get the cars that are down here in boron. I have to get them assembled. Bring them out. Pull the train down past. Pull that train down here. Stop short of this siding. Put the SDs over on this track. Reach over, grab the train. Grab this train, pull it back, and then go down into the siding here. It's probably not going to work because there's not a whole lot of room here to play with. You can see how long this train is. I've got maybe 1,000 feet between here and there. It might be a little bit. I might have 1,500, 2,000 feet there. There might be enough, is what I'm saying, to get the train pulled up here and then to run around it. In reality, the diesels should be sitting right there. The switch engines should be sitting in this siding. This train comes in, it drops off its cars here in the siding, and then it continues on, and then the diesels come around, and then they drop them off down in there. Or, you know, you put the train that's ready on this track, and then you drop the train that's ready to go in on that track, so that they come in, they can either run around it, they can run around, grab the other end, and go out the other way, and then they're done. We're going to see if this will work. So what I need to do is I need to, first of all, drop these cars. So I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to do it the old way because it's just going to be quicker. I need to first take the handbrake off. And I did not let the slack run in here. There we go. I need to close this angle cock, open this coupler, and then set this handbrake. Alright, we're going to make our cut. And I'm trying to do this quick because I actually have to go to bed here before long because I got to work tomorrow. Alright, We're going to pull forward just a little bit here. While that's going on, I'm going to get here in the cab. And I'm going to attempt to get auto before... I'm going to be sneaky. Oh, crap. Let me change channel. 32. Ah, come on. Alright. DTMF. We gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? There we go. Alright, I want to request the signal. Let's see if he'll give it to me. There shouldn't be anything coming. Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait. Well, that's fine. What I'm actually gonna do is, let me see what he's got set up. All right, he's got all those. He's got those ready to go in. I'm gonna take dispatch because I need to do some stuff that he's not gonna be cool with. I'm gonna let this train go by. I'm gonna get back down here. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let that BNSF unit go by, go into the siding, and I'm just gonna hold those two trains down there. I'm gonna run that one around and just do that. And while I'm waiting on them, I'll go down there and put that train together and bring it up here so that it's ready to go. So you get to hear the hairdryer twice. Let me see, hear it from... It's not that loud from the outside, which is kind of disappointing. Yeah, that's wide open right there. That's the only... It is a little quiet. It's quiet at idle, and the dynamics when you're outside are quiet, but when you're in the cab, they're loud. So I'm going to leave this right here. I'm going to give it a little bit independent because I'm not using any automatic brake. You're not supposed to do this when the dynamic's running, but it's my railroad. Okay. So let's get this squared away. Neutral. And I'm going to go ahead and set the handbrake. Alright. Let's relinquish this train. And see where he's at. Alright, he's getting ready to go by me. Can I see him? I'm still blocking the... Man, they're gonna hate me today. Alright, he's in this block. I probably got about 20 minutes before he gets here. Well, I say no. I've got about 5 minutes before he gets here. So now we'll get to go down here, and we're just going to put this train together. It's a short train. These, I really should have went through and made sure that these industries were set up right, but it's going to work out. So this is a reskin Central Georgia, or Heart of Georgia Railroad. Guess where it's from. Numbers I think those are custom numbers for it. It's actually a pretty sharp unit. And then they've got the 3 points of contact stickers. Pretty well done. That was also on the Discord server. Tags everywhere, the Operation Lifesaver. Cool locomotive. But that's not what you're here for. You're here to hear this. So that's the SD40 sounds, or the 645 sounds that I picked up. All right, we're gonna cheat. Auto MU. We don't need the EOT. This has this set up as the lead unit. I don't want that. I want this unit to be the lead unit. Let me set up the brake. Turn off the handbrake. So let's go ahead and put these two consists together. And I'll be a little on the quiet side so you can hear this. You go throw this switch. I'm flying around because I don't have a whole lot of time. At least throw a headlight on. Actually. Oh, crap. Grab this unit. There we go. Wish I could kind of... Can I? No, I can't. Wait for me. Right there. Alright. Through that switch. Let's grab the hoppers first. So we want that switch, and we want this switch. Where'd he be? He's right there. Okay. Can I see him? Yeah, there he is. Actually, I'm gonna run up here because I don't know what he's leading with. You can hear one of the new locomotives, maybe. It might be a 70. Nope, it's a 44. We already heard that. Alright, so let's get back here and throw them off. And just like, you know, in real life, less than, well, let me say this. 4 mile an hour is what everyone really says you should be coupling at. As a test, I've coupled together at up to 25 miles an hour in this game, and I've been able to do it without breaking knuckles. I think 30 is kind of the breaking point. If you go too terribly fast, you actually glitch the train and then it despawns. But the rule is generally 4 mile an hour is what you want to be coupling at. We're at 12, so we can slow down. These locomotives are MU'd together, so they'll slow pretty quickly. You can see that's... Ah, crap. Was not paying attention. Why didn't you say something? Pull back up. You hear the air compressor running too. Some of them sound a little bit differently. They've got a little bit more thump to them whenever they come on. Okay, now we can do this. And really, the air compressors sound differently depending on how wore out they are too. Sometimes they sound like they're wheezing. Or they'll do a thump, 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 like that. And then there's the blowdowns, or the, I'm sorry, the unloaders. Well, it's the blowdowns, but it means that the air compressor's unloading and freewheeling. It's a good hitch. We'll do the good railroader thing and we'll stretch it out. And that's a good stretch, and we want our 3-step. Alright. We're gonna, like we said, we're gonna do this the old way. We want to connect the air hoses. I'm gonna partially open this, and we're gonna hear that we've got a leak somewhere. It's up here. These are not connected. How very odd. Ah, crap. Well, let's just do the auto air brake. That'll put everything together. That way we don't have to worry about doing and waiting. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna ride on the rear. I'm gonna wait till we get past the close clearance point here. Actually, that's all close clearance. I'll wait over here where there's not any light poles that are gonna kill me. Actually, we'll go up here and listen to the engines. So we need to come up to this switch and throw this switch. I'll go ahead and throw it while I'm here. Is that train passed? Okay. I like how they did put the detectors on here. Alright. Let's go on and get this moving. Hit F5. We're a yard crew, so we don't care. An industry crew, so we're not really under the scrutiny of a class 1. So we're going to be a little rough. We want to get done because 5 o'clock's coming. Up. Okay. I was worried I got too much brake on there. This is a heavy train, so we're going to shove against brakes. And I'm actually, there's nothing there. Yeah, I'm gonna ride this one. All right, go ahead and stop. Oh, come on, hop on. There we go. All right, we got what now? 20 cars or so. This should be downhill too, so actually I think we might be going uphill. And you can hear them things screaming all the way back here. Check. Okay, he's in there. Go ahead and line myself for this. I don't know if you noticed it, but the wheel texture is different. I found somebody had a truck pack, and the wheels they're not reflective, but the texture is different. It makes them look like steel. I think the other ones were more. It wasn't white. It was more like a cream color or something like that in the originals. I think I had mentioned that the ambient sounds are different. So some of the rail sounds that you're hearing are a little different. I do not want to get going too fast because this is how many tons? How much am I actually carrying? Yeah, 5,000 tons. That's what I got right now. It's 5,000. This is a lot for these little SDs. I don't want to get too carried away with it. It looks like notch 3 is going to hold it right about 7. So when I get ready to couple, all I got to do is just kind of knock the throttle down a little bit. So when you're switching like this, something that you can do is, especially if you've got brakes on and you've still got room, you can kind of play with the throttle and see how fast you're going to slow down. Like, we're slowing down a little bit, get it down under 6, go back up to 3, see how fast it responds. Probably going to go ahead and bring it down to 2 from here on. Yes, it's going to be slow, but in reality, if you hit these cars too hard, you can break something and then that just kind of ruins everything. So we're just going to kind of play between 2 and 3 here. And we're more or less 2.5 cars away now. And just go ahead and let it coast on down to a stop. Actually drop one more. And we're about a car away now. See how fast it wants to slow down. And I think about here we can go to idle. And then hit the brakes. And it's that easy. Now I know that these are probably not going to be hooked up either, and they're not. So we're going to go ahead and I can't do it from here, but I can do the control F7. Shift F7. There we go. I knew that. I was just seeing if you knew that. And we didn't derail, thank God. So everything is hooked up here. We can bring this train up bring the... it's so annoying. Let's see, it's shift 11. Get over in the other seat here so that I can open that up. So annoying. Okay, where's my gauge lights? Right there. Alright. More or less ready to go. Wow, I didn't realize how dingy it looked in here with these. What are you looking at? I'm gonna turn that off for right now just so I can see it. So, let's go on and get this moving. Handbrakes off. There we go. It's gonna do something. We'll leave it on. I can see the numbers well enough. It is a little dingy looking, and it's just because of the weathering that they put on the locomotives to make them, you know, look weathered. Just some of the stuff that I'm using just makes it look 10 times worse than it really does. Like I mean, he's just like busted. I mean, he's like 80 there. Now he's like 120. So it's like I can't remember which one it is. I've played around with some of the settings. It's actually better than it was. All right, we should be all the way off now. More. And I do not want to get too carried away with this because I don't want to run into that train up there. So we're going to keep this one. I think we're restricted down to 15. We are. So just sit back and listen to the dulcet tones of the 645 E3. And before somebody says it, yes, I know we're above 60 CFM. We ain't worried about it, because this ain't going out on the general system yet. Technically, yes, but I am not worried about it right now. I haven't had a chance to see what the dynamics sound like, so it's one of the reasons why I got to speed up a little bit. When we go down to stop up here, I'm going to use the dynamics. So we got to go to... Can't even see it now. Am I gonna need dynamics? I don't think I'm going to. I heard the slack run in. There was one sound file that somebody put up that it had the running sounds of the 645, but then it had, like, every time you would notch up, there was a guitar playing at the very beginning of it, like a heavy metal band. And then when you got to notch 8, it was just like full on rock. It was funny as hell. I almost left it on, but I was like, no, that would get annoying after a while. I at least like listening to these. I could listen to these run all day. There went the slack. When I first listened to this, I was like, yeah, that's what they sound like. And then if you've listened to, there's some videos floating around on YouTube of them starting up submarines from World War II, U.S. submarines. And aside from the turbo whine at certain speeds, it's kind of what they sound like. And it makes sense because a lot of the early submarines, they used oh crap, what was the name? There were locomotives. It was opposed pistons, and the name escapes me. Oh crap, man, I can like they're opposed pistons. I cannot think of it now. Now I gotta look it up. Fairbanks Morse. Fairbanks Morse. I knew it was something Morse. So, Fairbanks Morse, opposed piston engine, had 2 crankshafts, one up top, one down below deck, and then the pistons kind of met in the middle, and the combustion chamber was in between the 2 pistons. It was a really weird setup, but they kind of sound like that. Let's see, that's the siding that goes off, and looks like we got a little downhill here, so we'll probably get to hear we'll probably get to hear the dynamics. Trying not to get too carried away because we ain't got a whole lot of room up there. I can just see the main line right there at the horizon, or just below the horizon. So don't want to get too carried away with it. And you can very clearly see that we've got a bowl right here in between us. And there's the overspeed. I think that speedometer says 14.9 and it's kind of stuck there. Ignore that, that's not calibrated or anything like that. It doesn't have a sticker on it, it ain't right. I had the speedometer in my pocket the whole time. We'll go ahead and just set them up. Go ahead and max them on out. Now these should have extended range dynamics, but pretty heavy behind us. What have we got? 72, so call it 7,300 tons. All right, we can back off now. And once again, that is exactly what those dynamics sound like. I'm not gonna back off too much. So when you do blended braking, which is what I did in the last video when I was bringing that train down to a stop, generally you will use your dynamics first, get everything bunched up, and then you do a very light set. If you do your air first, you get the train stretched out, and then whenever you hit your dynamics, you're going to bunch everything right back up together, and it's just going to slam, and it's going to accordion, and you're probably going to break it. So you want to hit your dynamics first, and then you want to ease on with your air. And it looks like we're probably going to have to go back into power here. Maybe, where's the switch? I can't see the switch. We ain't got to go right up to it, but I want to get pretty close. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch over to power. Now, you're really supposed to wait about 10 minutes, and that's just to let the thing get back into let it get back down to idle. And that sounds worse than it was. It wasn't all that bad. We'll just kind of creep up here. Trying to see, the switch must be right there behind that hill then. Oh, we're almost in duty time. There it goes. Yeah, this is a lot for 3 SDs. Well, I say a lot. It's really not, but this is pretty heavy train for no longer than it is. We're on a 0.6% grade. Can't see. We'll stop up here. When we get about where that light pole, I'll just go ahead and stop. Go ahead and set and bail off. And we'll just let it stop under power. That'll be a stop right there. Independent all the way on, neutral, and that. Okay, off we go. So now let's go over and grab our ES4400. Oops, I gotta relinquish the one. Let's relinquish. Let's grab this one. And what we want to do is, I'm just going to go ahead and just pull the train all the way out. So, yeah, I'm just going to pull the train out and get it clear of this switch. And then pull that train out, put it over there, come back, grab that, bing, bang, boom. There might be enough room. I think there's enough room. These are all empty, so they should move fairly easily. Okay. Brakes off, that. We're cleared for 30 mile an hour or something like that. Oh man, I wish this train would have been built a little bit better than it was. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's way off up there. So we just need to get the train, we need to get the end of the train to about right there. I'm pretty sure that I looked and that train is long enough to fit into that siding. 3,100 feet. Yeah, it's like right at 3,000, I think, is how long that train is. This train right here is. I can actually find out. It's right here. 2,514 feet. That side, this siding right here is 3,100 feet long. That was a handy thing that they put in so that you could pull your train stats up. Alright, we're going to go ahead and switch over to dynamics. Get everything bunched. I haven't heard the slack run in yet. Oh, I can see the signal. I think that's an intermediate. That's an intermediate because it's yellow. If it was the block signal, if it was the absolute signal, it'd be red. And let me look at my map. There is an intermediate. That's 786.1. And this is more or less just kind of goofing around because this train is not right. I mean, I could just kind of break this out and switch it. I'm just not going to do it tonight. Come on, a little more, a little more. Go ahead and put brakes on. And then max dynamics. It is almost like I know what I'm doing, and that is a scary thought. Alright, relinquish, grab this one, and we're going to take that off. I'm going to go ahead and hit this guy, and then hit this guy. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up this one so I can pull it down just a little bit further. All right, let's ride. I don't even know what horn I have on this one. Too big a horn. Let's see, we stopped under power, so we're already stretched out. That's an advantage to power braking down to a stop, is that you don't have to worry about it. You can just lay power to it. I did hit the brakes, yeah. Just waiting for them all to release. Make sure they are releasing. They are. The rear is still got air on it. And this is going to be a weird switch to go through. Probably not recommended that you do this, although I don't think they're pretty sharp turnouts, so you don't want to go through these very fast. So we'll keep it under 15. Not that I mean, we're going to break the track, but I mean, just, I don't even know what size those are. Those are probably like number, I don't know, that's pretty tight. I don't think that's an 8. Man, that same place where it says that excessive coupler angle, I know exactly where it is. It's right there under the I-5 overpass on Seligman out in LA. That same place. That's like the third train that it's done it on. I think whenever they did the track geometry on it, it's wrong for whatever reason. It's not that the tracks are split, it's just that the coupler angle gets just so tight, and I guarantee you it's an FEC car, so it's probably a box car up against a well car. I know exactly where it is, so I can run up there real quick and fix it. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, we're out of the siding. I'm gonna stop it before we get to this switch right here. Okay. Handbrakes. Let's pull up the dispatcher screen. That is on San Bernardino. And it is up here at Yuma. Let's see if I can remember where it's at. It's over. It's right here. Yeah. Is it here? It's an FEC. Let's see. Yeah, this one. It's a well car. It's this switch, but it's saying excessive coupler angle. It's always a well car, but you can see that there's nothing split. But if I try and pull this train out, actually it's right there. It's right here. It's just the geometry right here is just a little too tight. This is the third time it's happened, so I'm not even going to worry with it. Just going to delete the train. Okay, back to what we were doing. Let's see. Mojave. We're right here. Okay, so still running. Alright. So the thing that sucks about this is I have to take the handbrakes off. And then I have to set the handbrake back on. And I can't open the knuckle because we're stretched. But I can close this one and bunch them back together. There we go. I didn't want to bunch it that much, but a lot of power. All right, we want to pull this train forward. Now when we get onto this siding, we're clear for 30. And we'll ride it back. Actually, it helps. Yeah, I can do that. Now, the railroads nowadays, when you get over about 15 miles an hour, they want you to use the automatic and let the independent creep on. It's mainly so you don't slide the wheels. Because if I use the automatic, you'll see that it puts a slightly reduced application on there. The reason why I don't like doing that is see how fast our speed's dropping. I have to like push really hard to get over that. And there's no good way to regulate it, so I'm still going to use the independent. Because basically you're going to be off and on with your automatic, and it's kind of a pain. And we do have to remember this switch is going to be against us down here. Actually, both of these switches are going to be against us. I could be a good conductor and fly over here and line it, or fly past it. That way the engineer ain't got to stop. Now when we tie onto this one, we have to go back to the other end and basically, I mean, we could tie on, but in reality you would want to you'd want to switch ends first, so they would be cut out before we tie it onto it, so that way these engines could be the controlling end. Okay. So let's go back up here. And let's close this. Set the handbrake. Hold on, let me set the handbrakes. Okay, because they were already set. Okay. Closed, closed, open. Actually, nope. I gotta go back up here. And I get the train brake released. Now I know what some of you are asking, how am I gonna get those other cars into the siding over there at North American Chemical? Well, that's gonna be a tutorial for another day, because it's a perfect time to do something that's not exactly legal. Because they're going to be sitting out there. I mean, I could go over and run around them and all this other sort of stuff and shove them back in there. But there's enough of a downhill here to do it. I don't particularly like that thing, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, we're lined up. Trains below 30, so we've got a good release. Let's go ahead and pull away. Now these cars are empty, so this should pull away fairly easily. Make sure we're not towing anything with us. Lots and lots of slack. I think that dumped it. I have noticed that it's been a little buggy sometimes where I'll click on one knuckle, close a coupler, or close an angle cock, click on another one, close an angle cock. But that might have had something to do with them being there. I don't know. Alright, speed. Just getting late and I gotta get to bed. So basically, where we're going to end with this is I'm going to get this pushed over into the siding or into this track and just kind of leave it there. And then I'm going to grab my locos that are up here, couple onto that, and run around and then couple onto the cars that are ready for North American Chemical, and then that'll be where we stop. So we can get a little more speed. This is going uphill, so we'll stop fairly quick. I just need to make sure I should have plenty of room. Yeah, I should have plenty of room. We'll find out. It's gonna be a little tight, but I'm pretty sure I got enough. If not, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna couple onto it and I'm gonna shove it on. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll just take the other block. I probably ought to slow down though. Am I nervous? No. I never get nervous. I don't get nervous about stuff like this. We're going uphill. So if I need to stop in a hurry, I can stop. I have a gnat that's flying around me. That's why you might hear me smacking stuff. I think we're gonna have enough room. We only need 6 cars. I've got at least 10. Are the gates just now coming down? No, that was the lights. Okay. Alright, that's 7 from there. Yeah, I've got at least, there's probably 15 cars. Now I'm going to do something that's a little on the crazy side. but it's going to keep me from having to completely stop, although I probably ought to. If I had timed it a little bit better, I probably could have done it without missing a beat. And I am. Almost. What I was going to try and do was I was going to just try and seesaw it, just coast up there and then just start rolling back and not let the slack roll in. Y'all can wait. I'm not really a dispatcher. I'm just some guy. Alright, we do want to try and keep this one under control though. Alright, I heard the slack run in there. There we go. Now it's bunched. Well, still kind of going back and forth. Now we can push on it. Is it doing this thing again? No, it's just that's apparently the LOD line is like right there or something like that, because I'm seeing the shadows render in. Earlier today when I was messing around with something, like something glitched and I could turn like one way and I could see shadows disappear, and I could turn the other way and they'd come back, and I had to actually end up reloading the shadows. Now technically by law I should be back there, but I can see it from here. Yeah, like the draw distance is like right there at the tip of the cursor. I have to work tomorrow, and then I'm off Monday, and then I have to work nights Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I work days next week. And then I'll be off for a week, and I'm going to try and do some more videos then. And somewhere in between there, I might try and do the big boy video. I don't know yet. I just have to kind of see how things work out. Man, I wish I could control two trains at once, because I could bring them up here to this signal. can hear the brake squeal now. That's it. Close enough. Alright, we'll relinquish. Go get the other one. Oh, I did not even notice that it's long hood forward. That's gonna suck. Oh well. Lead unit. It's gonna suck for whoever has to take this back. Somebody was showing me, wait a minute. I need to set this up differently. This is... yeah, long hood lead. Oh, that's right. It doesn't matter. You guys still got to put it in reverse. I had a brain fart for a second. There's the headlight. I don't even know. Oh yeah, that's gonna suck. I might have to call in a pitch hitter for this one. I'm just saying. Alright, let me go up here before this gets too out of control. And I need to throw... where you at? Actually, yeah, I do need to do that. I gotta get around it because he's in the siding. And I'm not gonna worry about signals because I'm giving myself track authority between here and here. Wish there was... there actually is. There's a Y at Edwards. I'm tempted. Not today, obviously, because it's only... what? It's only 10 miles. I'm tempted to just, before I get ready to go, is just take these, take those locomotives up there and run them through the Y. Which, this local actually encompasses Edwards. The reason why Edwards isn't listed on the switch list for 0611 is because, well, it is now. It wasn't earlier. The reason why it wasn't showing them in the industry is because there wasn't any cars ready there. And I thought I went up there and I didn't see any of these cars. But I guess I'll just pick these up when I go up there. These are all loaded. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough horsepower to get up there. because bringing this train in empty was like 3 horsepower per ton, and of course it was mostly uphill, so it's gonna be kind of interesting. I'll see what the horsepower looks like. I'm gonna go up there and grab them, and then the video after this one will be bringing it. Well, if I don't do the special video that I was talking about earlier, about how I'm gonna get these in there. I guess I'm just gonna put them in there the way I'm just gonna run around them and get them from this side. It makes the most sense. I can't justify it now, so what are you gonna do? What I was gonna do was, it's called a Dutch drop, and I was basically gonna, you get some speed going. Well, I'm sorry, it's not a Dutch drop. It is and it isn't. A Dutch drop is when you, like, say you need to run around a car. Like you need to get around a set of cars, and you don't want to drop. You don't want to have to stop them. So basically, like if we were in this setup here and there's a switch right there that came back around, and I want to get on the other side of these cars without stopping. So what I would do is I would come into the side, or I want to get the cars on the other side of me. So I would come towards this switch. I'd cut the cars, bleed the air off the cars, cut the cars off. Just, open the drawbar, keep on, just haul ass past, let the cars go around, get past the fouling point, let the cars go around you, and then chase them and grab them, or you have a brakeman riding them and tying down the handbrakes and stuff like that. It is dangerous as hell, as you can only imagine. I have heard stories about cars running away, just trying to do too many of them at one time, and they didn't tear up anything, but I'm trying to remember who told me the story of, they had like they tried to do 5 or 6 cars at one time, and they were loaded, and cars took off, and I don't think there was a train up the line, but it's dangerous. But you would do that if you didn't have anywhere else that you could run around, or if a siding, it's primarily if you didn't have, if siding wasn't long enough, or something like that, you needed to get around it and you didn't want to stop. You would just pull ahead, let them roll past you, you had to have somebody at the first switch, the second switch, and they all had to catch on the fly. So they'd roll into the siding, then you had to get you were in the clear, they roll past you, and then you have to go chase them. It was very dangerous. So we need to get up here past that signal right there. What I was going to do was I was just going to pull past and just let them, it's not kick them, I was just going to drop them. I think that's what it's called. It's just called a drop. Okay. I'm past I might not be far enough past. There it is. I had to wait for the time. Okay. Yeah, forward. I gotta remember to remove this EOT, which I can't do right now. Or can I? I can't move. So that's something that kind of sucks, is I can't remove the EOT. Yeah, there's no way to remove it, so it's just gonna have to get crushed. I did not hit Shift F5. it should get removed when we couple up. I do wish that they would make it where we could where we can do stuff on cars that we don't necessarily control, but it's all good. All right, open, partial. I think we're open. Yeah, we're open. I don't know how that thing was whining because there shouldn't have been any air on it. Okay. So we're coupled up. This is where I'm going to leave this video right now. I don't know how long we've been going. It's an hour and a half. It's going to be pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna take these cars. I'm going to put them over here in North American Chemical. I'm going to take these cars. I'm probably just going to delete all these and then put the cars there that need to be there. Because this is just ridiculous. And then I'm going to take the locomotives. I'm going to go to, where are we at? Boron. I'm going to go to Edwards, which is right here. We'll go to Edwards, turn the locomotives, pick up whatever cars are there, see how much horsepower I've actually got, and do my calculations and see if I'm going to have enough to bring it back to Barstow. If not, I'll put another locomotive up there so that way I can bring it back. I think 3 will be plenty. Because the train that's sitting here now ready to be picked up is 7,300, I think. Or it's like 8,000 or something like that. And then, what did it say was that Edwards? Man, I wish that would stay up. What did it say was at Edwards? You got all these cars at Edwards. Most of them are 2 bays. Am I sure that that's not? Let me just check something, because I'm curious. BN 762632. I'm just curious. Okay, so there's no car sitting there. That's weird. I don't know why it's saying that they're at Edwards Air Force Base. Because clearly they're not. They're right here. It made me suspicious. It's like, why are these? I guess these are because these are the cars that are attached to me. It's really kind of weird. And what I was talking about earlier was, if I go into the industry tag and I see borax, it was calling for acid tank cars, but whenever I went over there, they weren't like, they wouldn't process or something like that. It was like, it wasn't recognizing that they were there. They were at the actual industry, so it was really weird. Anyway, regardless, I'll go up to Edwards and see what's there, turn the locomotives around, and then probably do a video going back. So that is it for this video, and I will see you next time.